On behalf of the victims and friends of the victims of Santa Fe, we've prepared just a brief statement about today's events. And what more fitting week could this be than Crime Victims Week? For all the victims and any incidents such as this or any other things going on throughout their lives. Just couldn't think of a more fitting week than this week. May 18th, 2018 is a day that lives infamy locally, statewide, and nationally. 8 children were murdered, 2 teachers were killed in a mass school shooting. 11 other students and a teacher and police officer were also injured, but thankfully a police officer intervened and saved several lives. Amidst the chaos, not only the lives of those directly were affected, but everyone in this community of Santa Fe were victimized. Almost a year after this event, families continue to struggle emotionally, mentally, and physically. The surviving family members who lost loved ones in the attack wanted answers. And a few weeks ago, we were told that the federal justice system, Department of Justice, and the U.S. Attorney General's office was not going to accept federal charges. We collectively met as a group and contacted several members, such as Randy Weber, Senator Cornyn, Ted Cruz, and crime victims advocate Andy Kahn. We expressed our concerns to them and about the dismissal of federal charge, or not dismissal, but about no charges being brought to this suspect. And in return, after a couple weeks and several phone calls, a lot of letters and emails, and these countless hours of everybody involved here, as well as others that couldn't make it today on short notice, today we saw the justice we wanted. And what that ultimately means is that we wanted him prosecuted federally due to the fact that he will spend life in prison if convicted and is not eligible for parole. And for the people that don't know, in the state term, if he would have been prosecuted state, which still could happen, he would have been eligible for parole in 40 years. We did not see that fitting. So we just wanted to collectively come together and let you know that the due process does work. You just have to stay persistent. We're not sure of what the change was when it came to why all of a sudden, other than the fact that we reached out to several community members and political persons to assist us in this event. So that's really about it, but thank you for your time. Anybody else want to speak?
No, they have any questions?
Just curious. So do you think this will completely supersede the state's case? Not that the capital murder charge will go away. Do you think they'll go to trial on this and instead of the capital murder for now? Or?
That we're not certain. That's up to the state. That'd be up to Jack Rohde, Galveston County District Attorney, as well as the federal. But in my understanding of the experiences that I have being in law enforcement, either could happen. They could happen simultaneously. The state could try him, then the federal prosecution could try him. They could convict him in both courts. So that would be higher than me as far as what could happen.
Can you tell us how you got the news today?
The news today, a reporter actually called me and told me that he was being taken into federal custody.
Have you gotten any indication what they went? Is it the IEDs? Is it the shotgun? Is it the gun in furtherance of violent crime?
Yes, so in the research that I personally had did, looking up in the U.S. Code of Conduct, we researched together, several of us, explosives that we could find, to the best of our knowledge, were only used in 2 school shootings, Columbine and Santa Fe, Texas. And Columbine, of course, those 2 suspects ultimately killed themselves, and this one here, he did not, and was taken into custody. So in the federal code, we found that explosives being part of a killing or at a building here in League City did possibly warrant charges federally. So that's in my opinion, and that'll be up to the attorneys as far as what they come up with.
Can you comment on the general consensus of the change in venue?
No, I have no comment on the change of venue. So.
What message do you hope this today sends the rest of the country?
Well, obviously we hope that there never is another school shooting, but ultimately at some point I hope that the powers to be look at these in detail And maybe anybody in the future that's going to think that they're going to conduct a school shooting may think twice about being prosecuted federally as well as the state level.
Anyone else comment?
We'd like to thank our representatives, our congressmen and our senators for taking our calls, meeting with us, and for getting involved in this. We shouldn't have to do all this hard work that we're having to do. And we have enough to go through already with just trying to recover from this tragedy, and to spend all of our time having to research and do all the work that should be done. We're glad that we finally got some movement by the Department of Justice, and Mr. Weber, Mr. Cornyn, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Babin. I met with the governor, Attorney General's office. Everyone is on our side. So we just wanted to thank them personally for helping us.
Would you say and spell your names for us, please?
Scott Rice, S-C-O-T-R-I-C-E.
Flo Rice, F-L-O-R-I-C-E. Flo, F-L-O.
Thank you. John?
Hi, my name is John Barnes. Oh, golly. Sorry, about to dump all this. Is this going to fall? Ooh, sorry. I'm the Santa Fe ISD police officer that was shot that day. What I wanted to tell you is this, is these people behind me are not taking enough credit, I think. Everybody started to work on this December, January timeline. We all started calling the U.S. Attorney's Office, our local congressman, to get people to put pressure on them to file charges in this case. We waited. We weren't going to stomp our feet and go to the press until we had an answer from them. And we got the answer several weeks ago. And we're thankful now that apparently that has changed and they're going forward with charges now. We don't know exactly what happened in the interim, but apparently the right foot got in the right butt down there in D.C. And whoever that foot was, I want to thank them personally. And I would be more than happy to shake their hand, whoever that was, and tell them I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. But I know all these people behind me, all of their family members have been writing congressmen, making phone calls. I mean, my family up in Dallas, they've all been doing the same thing. We've been posting stuff on Facebook, asking for people's help. And all of that collective people reaching out has a great deal to do with I believe why this has happened, and it goes to it tells you that our system does work whenever there is enough outcry that something like this happens. This is how it happens. It moves forward and goes from there. So, anyways, that's what I've got to say.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good.
The arm?
Yeah, the arm's good. I mean, going to therapy and all that stuff. Flo and lots of people are doing the same thing, so thanks.
We spoke at the courthouse already.
Hello, my name is Sonia Lopez, S-O-N-I-A, L-O-P-E-Z. My daughter, Sarah Salazar, was seriously injured at the shooting. She had her left shoulder replaced and still facing surgery to remove some of the pellets that are causing her lead levels to continue to increase, to go up. I just want to thank everyone in the nation who has stood up for Santa Fe and who contacted the DOJ to put pressure for federal charges. And I'm just so thankful to God that He has heard our prayers. That's it. Que le doy gracias a Dios por que oyó nuestras oraciones. Le pedimos a toda la nación que nos apoyara para que le pidieran al DOJ que pusieran cargos federales, y mucha gente nos apoyó, y ahora vemos lo que pasó, que finalmente le pusieron sus cargos federales.
¿Cómo te sientes ante esto que ha ocurrido?
Pues estaba un poco nerviosa cuando vi la noticia, pero ya me calmé un poco. Estoy muy contenta que finalmente le han puesto estos cargos. Okay. Gracias.
Good afternoon. My name is Steve Perkins, S-T-E-V-E-P-E-R-K-I-N-S. My wife, Ann, was one of the teachers that was shot with Flo Rice. Really want to thank Randy Weber and also Ted Cruz and all of them. But I really want to give thanks to Reese Tisdale and also John Barnes. They really helped us navigate this judicial system, which is extremely difficult. And I don't know how we would do it without it. Thank you.